Today we'll be listening to an interview by Naomi Osaka at the US Open and analyzing what was going through her mind, what was she feeling, and most importantly, why is she considering taking a break from tennis?
I feel like for me, recently, like when I win, I don't feel happy. I feel more like a relief. And then when I lose, I feel very sad. And I don't think that's normal. And I didn't really want to cry, but
Okay, so right away she's letting us know kind of how this whole situation has been for her going through these tennis matches. So when she's winning, the normal reaction that you would expect to feel proud, to feel happy, to feel maybe excited about celebrating with people, none of those feelings are there. The feeling she's feeling is just relief that she didn't lose. And then when she does lose, the feelings of sadness, of disappointment, and all that are there and seem to be magnified. So there's already that disconnect. And she's saying that this just doesn't seem normal, doesn't feel right to her. And I'll tell you what this sounds like to me: negative reinforcement. Some of you may remember this term from one of your intro to psychology classes, but it's this idea of you do a behavior so that you can remove a negative result that would happen. So in this case, when she plays a match, she wants to win, but with the winning is not that result of happiness and excitement and all that. The winning is done to relieve those feelings of tension, pressure, sadness, all those things. And so then it's connected. The winning is connected with the feeling of just relief that, and she can continue on with her life until the next match. Pressure builds, builds, builds. She performs, hopes to perform well so that that release, and she can continue through her life. Also, what this sounds like to me is burnout. And this is something that I do want to talk about a bit more. I know we talked about that a little bit in my last video with Lizzo, but I'd like to talk about it a bit more in this one. Burnout is emotional exhaustion resulting from excessive demands on energy, strength, and personal resources in a work setting. And what brings this on is long-term job stress. So if we think about this, it kind of makes sense in Naomi's case, right? This is someone who has been representing Japan in tournaments since she was 10 years old. So long-term, yes, check. She's 23 now, so 13 years of working in this industry and dealing with all the stress that comes along with that. Long-term stress. Also, there's not just the stress of the job itself, but I think a little bit of what that job means to her. If you watch her documentary, she talks about how playing tennis was a way of supporting her family, getting them out of poverty. If she is a breadwinner and is a child, Naomi knows if I want to support my family, keep everyone happy, healthy, all that, then I need to win. And that's why I need to win. And so tennis isn't just a job that you do that's fun and that you can make some money from. Tennis then takes on this whole other meaning of needing to support those who you love. And so imagine that amount of stress, and for so many years. So long-term stress, yes, that is there. And then the emotional exhaustion, I think we can see it in her face. She looks like she needs to take a break. Just looking at her, she looks like she's reached that limit and she doesn't know what to do next. Not everyone has a good grasp of what burnout really is. Often what happens is you have a decreased sense of personal accomplishment that comes with this. And as she said, even when I win, I just feel relief. So that winning that she has done for so many years now takes on a different meaning. So it's not this personal accomplishment of, I did it again. It's a sense of, all right, yep, I did it, and on to the next one. And so that is all there. But anyways, let's continue.
basically, I feel like
Gentlemen, I'm done. Okay? Thank you.
no, I kind of want to finish this
You wanna
though. I'm
finish this?
sorry.
It's up to you.
Yeah. So basically, I feel like Okay. So, this is very hard to articulate. Well, basically, I feel like I'm kind of at this point where I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. And I honestly don't know when I'm going to play my next tennis match.
Yeah. And so there she says it right there. And I think there's almost a double meaning in the choice of her words. She said, I'm not really sure what I want to do next. I think she means, in one sense, in her career, and when do I want to even play my next match after another loss and all these feelings that come along with it. The other piece, though, is I think she's saying, I don't know what I want to do next in life. I'm known for my tennis. I'm a tennis star. If I take a break from tennis and tennis is no longer that the biggest part of me, then who am I and what do I represent? What would I even do next? And so all of that is there. And so that is a lot of pressure, right? A kind of feeling at that crossroads of feeling like you need a break, but that unknown of if I take a break, what is even next for me?
Okay, yeah. But I think I'm going to take a break from playing for a while.
And there she outright says it, right? I think I am going to take a break. She was building up to it a bit. I'm not sure when I'm going to play my next match. And then I think once the words were out there and she said it, that was able to propel her to come out and say, honestly, I think I need to take a break. And I applaud her for that because I think a lot of times people try to just plow through no matter what. And part of that is the culture, at least here in America, of work, 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 vacations at a minimum, mental health pushed aside a little bit for the greater good, which is considered, in her case, entertaining people by playing tennis. So I say, first of all, good for you, girl. So I can imagine some people say, oh, you're making an excuse, right? This just comes with the territory. I've heard this said by people that are athletes themselves. They say, well, this comes with the territory. If you're not cut out for it, then leave. But if you want to be an athlete, then this is what comes with it. And I think that is so dangerous to say. Just because maybe some of you have been able to continue no matter what it was, doesn't mean that that's how it should be. Let's say this is an athlete who has continued to play a game on a broken leg. Would you then say to the next person that breaks their leg, just go out there and play? It comes with the territory. I've done it myself. Or would you say, you just broke your leg? Go to a doctor. Get this taken care of, and then come back out here when that has been addressed and you're feeling like you can continue, right? And so to say, well, you're going through this burnout, this depression, anxiety, all that, but that just comes with the sport. And so if you want to play the sport, you have to just power through that. That doesn't make any sense. Just because someone else has found a way to do that does not mean that that's the right way to do that. And does not mean that that's how it should be. I think it's important to tell people if you need the treatment, if you notice that something is off, look into that. Don't ignore that. So for this last piece, I want to talk about what can you do? What could she do when you're in a situation where you're noticing that you might be suffering from burnout? One thing to do could be to talk to someone within the company or whatever job you're at, a human resource department or something like that. Or if there is a wellness coach or someone as part of your company, that's a great place to start getting the mental health care that you need. There are a lot of apps that exist right now, mindfulness apps, and I'll include a link in the description about a study that just talks about how mindfulness has been shown to help athletes. Part of what can intensify burnout is just this sense of nonstop work, working really, really long hours, and then that becomes your life. And so being able to become a bit more strict with your schedule and saying, the work has to get done, but there are these other parts of my life that matter too. And so this is what I'm going to do. By this time at night, or, this hour in the day is going to be devoted to something that you enjoy doing and that possibly can bring some more meaning into your life as well. When it comes to the work itself, if you can figure out a point of that work that you still really enjoy, if you could find a way to increase the amount of time you spend doing that aspect of the work, that can also at least help with the burnout that you're going through. But there are a lot of resources out there. And so I'd encourage any of you, if you feel like you need help, get the help. I'm going to get off my soapbox now, but I feel like this was all very important to say. I'll include a few studies in the description box below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, leave a comment. It really gives me a good idea of, are you finding these type of videos helpful? Are you enjoying it? And all right, I've said all I need to say for right now. So till next time, see ya.